Alright, motherfuckers, how you guys doing today on this Tuesday, February 27th, 2024? MOD coming at you with another fucking video, as always, coming to you from the MOD crypt. If you missed anything, the videos are there. Click the upper right corner, there's an eye there, as well as on the home page. Please hit the subscribe button down below, turn on the bell for all notifications so you know when I'm posting new content. MOD giving you only the real elite underground metal as always. So tonight we're doing album review Tuesdays here on the channel. We're going deep into the underground, into Canada, for a look at one of the most influential and important bands in extreme metal with Conqueror, War, Cult Supremacy. And this one is a member request from Justin. And you guys are going to get this type of content when you join the channel. You're able to request stuff within reason, of course. Now, the album was released in 1999 on Full Moon Productions, and Conqueror formed back in 1996 and disbanded in 1997 to come back together in 2014 as well. Now, they've released two demos, one split, one full-length album, and a compilation, as well as a live video performance. So the lineup on War, Cult Supremacy is as follows. We've got James Reed, vocals and drums, and Ryan Forrester on guitars. Ryan Forrester from Blasphemy and Death Worship. James Reed also in Revenge and Axis of Advance on vocals and drums. Pretty cool. Ryan Forrester, like I said, Blasphemy, Death Worship, and bands like that on guitars. So two fucking legends came together to form Conqueror. Now, the live musicians, you've got Tim Greco, bass, backing vocals, and Chris Ross, guitars and backing vocals live as well. Alright, let's get into the review. So this sonic masterpiece opens with Infinite Majesty. For a war metal track, just the feeling that this gives you right off the bat is chaotic and nihilistic with its driving rage. And the track is also 5 minutes long. It's a constant barrage of barbarism and brutal rage and aggression, with some of the most intense fucking blast beats of militants and a hunger for total war devastation and pure venomous rage beyond the confines of traditional song structuring. And this is just nothing but pure primal destruction. This is a great opening track. Next up, we have Chaos Domination, Conquer the Enslaver. And in the face of all this melodic bullshit of today, this just completely demolishes it in favor of barbaric, primal, musical fucking destruction, with a focus that's based solely upon inevitable chaotic nihilism and frenzied psychosis, which is not only perfectly crafted, but also without any regard for an audience. There is literally no song structuring to be found. There's only madness and chaos, which is what makes it so fucking amazing in its purity. And the violence and devastation that this record embodies is almost unfathomable to the normal ear. But for a seasoned metal extremist, this is exactly what we are looking for. At least war metal freaks certainly are. The atmosphere here is just pure destruction, fire, and hatred, and that's exactly what works for this album. And to its strengths, this is another great track. Next up, we have Age of Decimation, and let me tell you, this doesn't get any less extreme or hateful as the album progresses forth, because this track is nothing but a fucking nuclear war and total holocaust of destruction and violence, all bred upon unbridled, seething fury with no room for compromise or sensibilities of the normal-minded individual. The extreme noise terror that comes out of the speakers on this track is compelling, to say the very least, and definitely an acquired taste, but this can be said about war metal in general as well. Now, the primal, furious attack of the guitars, bass, and drums and vocals are so fucking relentless that it will leave you battered and fucking destroyed beyond comprehension and hope. This is another great track. Next up, we have Kingdom Against Kingdom, and man, do I ever love this. 2 minutes and 14 seconds of blistering annihilation and destructive rage, all encapsulated into an unholy savage attack of barbarism and nihilistic insanity, fueled by a lust for war and misanthropic obliteration of all mankind, and that's exactly what this sounds like. And when you throw this all into a fucking blender, the end result is nothing short of a fucking war metal masterpiece of a track. This is great shit. Next up, we go into Bloodhammer, and this is another fucking trip into war-torn dystopian madness that defies all explanation and sense of reasoning capacity. Everything instrumentally is laser focused on brutality and barbaric onslaughts of visceral guitar work that completely eviscerates the listener into a bloody pile of blood and guts, with a disintegrating precision that chops down all opposition of pretentious fucking garbage bands out there who claim to be extreme. No, this is fucking extreme noise terror propaganda, motherfuckers. And if you're not into this music, well, that's just fucking fine. This is pure hatred and primal savagery at its finest, another great fucking track. So now it goes into Hammer of Antichrist, and this is another insane, visceral, violent assault of a listening experience of pure bestial savagery and razor-sharp intensity, which prides itself on violence and chaos, which is definitely the mixture that goes into this, and it's pushing itself deeper into the core of the soul by this point, and the depth of madness that this track embodies is nothing short of hell-bent desolation and complete destruction of the self and the soul. But the extremity is just cranked to ridiculous levels all over this album, and this track is no different. So guys, let's check out some Conqueror here on MOD. Enjoy. And yeah, guys, we are back, and this is another killer fucking track, to say the least. Next up, we get The Curse, which is a Slaughter cover, and this is done very well by Conqueror. The guitar work is fucking flawless, and the incredible savagery on the drums is fucking ridiculously insane. How a human being can play this insanely fast and barbaric for 47 minutes, which is the album's length, is just mind-blowing to me, and this cover is done in spades. This is killer and well crafted with so much attention to detail, and it's so intense that it will leave you breathless. Great fucking cover here from Conqueror. Next up, we have the title track, War, Cult Supremacy. And again, well into this record, we get some fucking more insane driving, pummeling, war-torn rage and rhythm sections of unparalleled savagery that completely destroys you and leaves you left in a world of apocalyptic desolation and hopeless nihilism that is so powerful and so visceral that your mind will explode. The militant drumming, mortar-driving guitars, and unbridled psychotic vocals are so fucking bone-chilling and profound on this track and the entire album that the chaos is just unrelenting. It never lets up and far beyond the scope of what many will enjoy, but I personally love it. Great track. Next up, we have Domitor Invictus, and this is quite long for a war metal track at almost 7 minutes, but that's not where it doesn't shine, because it is not lacking in substance. Although by now many would end up saying, why does every track on here sound the same? Well, if that's your opinion, then you'll never get it, now will you? And why the fuck are you even going near war metal to begin with? Anyway, this is one of the most chaotic songs on the album. Intense, raw, hateful, and unbridled fucking chaos. And the entire record is like this, and it never stops being this way. And I know it's going to be unlikable to most metalheads. I don't know many people who are going to like Conqueror or war metal in general. But for those of us watching the video who already know what we're getting into, then you already know what you're in for, which is nothing but pure fucking barbaric aggression, madness, chaos, destruction, and hatred, which is what this album excels at. It literally is the sound of a nuclear war with the aftermath of nothing but ruins and burning skies of hellfire and death. This track is killer as well. Next up, we have Command for Triumph, and well, this is another brutal attack on everything and everyone. Pure savagery and violence that is the epitome of war metal. Because this doesn't sound like your normal black or death metal band at all. And I think Conqueror took what Blasphemy were doing and took it to new levels of extremity and rage-fueled warfare and violence, because this fucking track is not short on any of those things. Very, very fucking killer as well. Closing out the album is Christ's Death, which is a Sarcophago cover, and holy shit, Conqueror fucking nails this with another amazing job covering this classic attack of hatred, rage, and destruction with immaculate precision. This track is a fucking testament to the incredible, amazing band Sarcophago, who obviously are one of the pioneers of war metal in many ways and borders on its tenets in every way. Sarcophago can easily be considered proto-war metal, and this track delivers in savagery, aggression, rage, and hatred. Fucking awesome stuff, and a great way to close out this album. The final verdict for War Cult Supremacy from Conqueror is getting an 8 out of 10. This is an essential album for any war metal diehard. Hail the fucking underground. Alright guys, there you have it. Another album review in the books here on the channel. Hope you enjoyed the premiere. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. Turn the bell for notifications. Merchandise coming up on the screen right now. New merch from Janelle. Thank you so much. She's worked very hard helping me with this channel. You have the brand new shirt with the logo and Spread the Plague, Annihilate the Human Race on the back. Really cool. You can get 5 different colors and hoodies and long sleeves and that. And then you've got the other new shirt she worked on for me. It says MOD on the front with Raw Fucking Intolerance on the back. I've sent her new back prints that I want. This shirt is in green, black with green highlights around the lettering. Just looks absolutely fucking amazing. Thank you to everybody who bought shirts. Thank you to all channel members. Join the channel right now, become an MOD Elite VIP. Thank you to my newest members. We have Alex and Joe who just joined the channel. That is absolutely awesome. And Mark Chaos Massacre rejoined. So thank you to everybody who joined the channel. $2.49 for your first month, $4.99 thereafter. You hit the join button, you get access to exclusive content, review requests, band interviews, promotions, that kind of thing. A lot of cool shit for supporting the channel. Thank you to everybody who is supporting. Alright, man, I'm fucking out of here. Have an awesome night. Like, comment, subscribe, share. We'll see you for Album Ranking Wednesdays. Hails.